Hey YouTube, Meef here. Welcome to episode 45 of my Feed the Beast Continuum, quick tips, tricks, and whatnot. So you can see here I got a little bit of a wither deal going. This has to do with Evil Infused Ingots. Let's take a look at this shit real quick. So in order to make these, you're going to end up having to do this in the Enchanter. The reason you want these things is that you're going to need 4 blocks of this Evil Infused Iron in order to get to that tier 6 of the Void Ore Miner. So I just kind of want to go over this quick, the Enchanter stuff. We'll knock this Wither out quick, just as an example of kind of how you do this. There's some previous episode I have out here just specifically for this, but let's get this going. We'll beat the shit out of this thing. The tools I'm using here, like the crossbow, got that set up in that previous episode too. We'll kind of shut this off. We're gonna do this kind of the cheap and dirty way. So the crossbow, this is mostly just manilium. The bolts itself are actually a manilium variant too, but this works relatively well, and you don't really have to do anything. I'm not really all that worried about armor, excuse me, because this is all flux-based stuff. And then we'll just beat the shit out of this thing. And that's all there is to it. So, really not all that difficult. You can see this confined space, I've actually done this quite a ways away from my base. It's pretty much all I do is tunnel out. Just make sure it's only 2 blocks tall, tunnel out. You can actually drag this forward a lot. This was all actually destroyed by that asshole, since I've done a few of these already. But it works relatively well to just tunnel through, set this up, get your soul sand out there with the wither skulls, and then go to town on it. Not too difficult. It is if you don't plan ahead a little bit, I guess. The tunneling stuff really, it helps if your armor's not up to spec, I guess. With the flux-based stuff, it's really not all that difficult. As you can see, I did this about 3,000 meters away from my base, just because if one of those bastards does escape, they cause problems, especially if they get topside overworld. It's up to you, however you want to do it. Just remember that the escaped wither is not fun to deal with, just because they pull health back so fast. But if you got the armor, it's not such a big deal. Let's go take a look here. We're not too far away from base. We'll check out the Enchanter and how to make that stuff. And if you haven't built yourself a set of these space boots with padded landing boots in these, do it. Especially with this flux-based jetpack. It's awesome. You can fall from literally any height and it does no damage. So again, that's done in the suit workstation here. As you can see, these guys just have the padded landing boots mod added to it. So go ahead and do those if you haven't done it already. Let's go check out the setup for this Enchanter. These things really aren't all that difficult to make. They're pretty simple. But let's take a look here. So this is just iron casings. These are relatively simple to make. These high voltage coil blocks aren't expensive either. HV coils is really just steel and aluminum. The little bit more expensive parts here is going to be this stuff, but let's take a look at what the changes were to the enchantment table. So it's still obsidian in a book, but you're using empowered diamantine crystals. Okay, so keep that in mind. You're going to need some of those. This stuff is pretty, I want to say generic. The only thing that's going to be kind of a pain in the ass for you is this magical wood, bookshelf, and then a gold ingot, but you're going to need 4 levels of XP there. So get mining, pick this stuff up. You only need 2 of them, so you'll be in good shape. And then the rest of the machine, throw this stuff together and craft it out. So the way this thing works, You can click the center arrow for recipes. As you can see, I've already done a few of these here. It only takes about a minute and 20 seconds, but you do need this full setup in order for this thing to even register as being a complete machine. I can kind of show you that here. Let's take a look. And I don't think you need the center block. Let's take a look. Just because... Yeah, once you register it the first time. I've just set this up. I'm not sure. It seems like you need the entire round on here. Like going all the way around. If you want to mess with it, check it out. Let's see if we can take this stuff out of here. Maybe this magical wood is what's doing it. Once that full set is there, you don't have to do anything with it. There, that's where that crapped out. But let's take a look here quick just to prove this out. So that's needed. I'm thinking you need 12 levels worth. Actually, it might be even more than that. So that's valid, but this probably isn't. No, that's okay. What is this? 4, 8, 12, 14? 14 total. But I think you can get away with doing that with magical wood if you've got the resources to do it. Maybe it's 15. Anyway, check this setup. This setup works. So, machine will become active. So if you click on this, you've got a set of recipes. Some of this stuff is handy. Just by the enchanting stuff you've got here. Some of this stuff is not as useful as you would think. Feel free to piss around with it and do whatever you need. The one we're concerned about right now for this tier 6 void ore miner is going to be the 8 iron ingots Nether Star in order to get 8 of these. So let's check this out. Go grab some iron quickly. And if you're wondering why I'm running so fast, the leggings for the spacesuit actually have bionic leg upgrades that make you run like a crazy bastard. So let's check this out. 1, 2, 3. Let's run over here. I'll show you how this machine actually runs these bad boys out of here. So dump your Nether Star in, dump your 8 iron ingots, and then it just starts. So it's RF based. You can see the recipe here is 64,000 RF over a minute and 20 seconds. So that's what this signifier is. So yeah, the Evil Infused Iron Ingots. Let's get these out of here. Let's just go make a few of these to see. Let's get that out of there. And there you go. Block of Evil Infused Iron. So let's take a look at that tier 6. Whoops. Tier 6 void ore miner. So you're going to need 4 of these. The other pain in the ass here is going to be this helium plasm. So you absolutely need to have that fusion reactor for this. And we'll go over that. You can see my setup out there, but we'll take care of that. Kind of show what the details are with how to make that work. But I'll probably cover that in a separate episode or include it with this tier 6 void ore miner. So we won't go over this now. Just keep in mind that you're going to need a bunch of ardite and cobalt because the setup here is requiring 92 of these tier 6 structure frames. So keep in mind you're going to need probably 184 ingots in order to get this done. So 184 of each ardite and cobalt to do this. So I think I've got that set up here, but we'll cover this in another episode. Just kind of wanted to cover this one now. So I think that's it for this episode. We'll catch up in the next one. Talk to you later.